Survivor Series weekend is here. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Saturday, November 20th, 2021. A big welcome to those of you listening on WrestleMap.com. You can bring our updates to your website. Find out how at JustProWrestlingNews.com. WWE presents Survivor Series on Sunday, and it appears the teams are finally set for both traditional elimination tag matches. The men's match will see Raw's Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory versus SmackDown's Drew McIntyre, King Woods, Jeff Hardy, Happy Corbin, and Sheamus. Sheamus claimed the final open spot on the SmackDown side by winning a four-way on Friday night's SmackDown. Sheamus pinned Cesaro with the Brogue Kick after an outside assist from Ridge Holland. Ricochet and Jinder Mahal were also in that four-way. The women's 5-on-5 match at Survivor Series has Raw's Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina versus SmackDown's Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalya, and Toni Storm. Banks submitted Shotzi with the Banks statement on Friday's SmackDown. Also, a 25-man Battle Royal was added to Survivor Series. 4 champion versus champion matches are also on Sunday's card. WWE Champion Big E versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus SmackDown Women's Champ Charlotte Flair. The Raw Tag Champs Team RK Bro versus the SmackDown Tag Champs The Usos. And United States Champion Damian Priest versus Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura beat Angel in a non-title match on Friday's SmackDown. Also on that show, Jeff Hardy beat Madcap Moss, and Shayna Baszler and Natalya beat Naomi and Aaliyah. Natalya pinned Naomi thanks to a fast count by the referee.
Impact Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling presents Turning Point on Saturday night. It's an Impact Plus exclusive starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. Impact announced Friday that Brian Myers is not medically cleared for his scheduled match against Rich Swann. Swann will now face an opponent to be announced. Here is the rest of the card. Moose defends the Impact World Championship against Eddie Edwards. It's Full Metal Mayhem. Mickie James defends the Knockouts title against Mercedes Martinez. The Inspiration put the Knockouts tag titles on the line against Decay. The Good Brothers defend their Impact tag titles against Bullet Club's Chris Bay and Hikuleo. Trey Miguel defends his X Division title in a three-way against Steve Maclin and Laredo Kid. Plus, W. Morrissey versus Matt Cardona, Ace Austin versus Chris Sabin, and Eric Young and Joe Doring versus Heath and Rhino. The Countdown to Turning Point pre-show starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern has Jordan Grace defending the Digital Media Championship against Chelsea Green, and Finjuice versus Crazy Steve and Black Taurus.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
We now know the plan for Night 3 of Wrestle Kingdom 16. It's scheduled for January 8th. The card will feature stars of New Japan versus opponents from Pro Wrestling Noah. No matches have been announced, at least not yet. Tonight's New Japan Strong has Clark Connors versus TJP, and Leo Rush and Arya Daivari versus Bullet Club's Chris Bay and El Phantasmo. Back in Japan, the Best of the Super Juniors tournament resumes Sunday, with Junior Champion El Desperado versus Hiromu Takahashi in the main event, plus Robbie Eagles versus El Phantasmo. Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi beat the Gorillas of Destiny in Friday's main event in the World Tag League.
AEW.
On Friday's AEW Rampage, Jade Cargill beat Red Velvet to advance to the semifinals in the TBS Championship Tournament. Plus, Jurassic Express beat Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, Jungle Boy submitted Fish, and Darby Allin pinned Billy Gunn with the coffin drop. AEW announced its special Winter is Coming episode of Dynamite is coming up on December 15th. The full card is now out for the NWA's Hard Times 2 pay-per-view coming up next month. Mick Foley will make an appearance. The OGK will defend the Ring of Honor tag titles against Aaron Stevens and Kratos. Plus, Austin Aries is now set to wrestle on that show. That is Just Pro Wrestling News for Saturday, November 20th. Make sure you are subscribed to this feed so you don't miss our next update. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.